Welcome to Super Families with Sue. I'm glad you could join us. My name is Sue Karoga. It is impossible to have super families without God. We are faced with many challenges. But when we welcome God into our homes, into our families, He comes and transforms us. His supernatural power helps us to surmount the unsurmountable. And eventually, our families become super families with God. Welcome. Welcome back. We discuss age-appropriate chores. We've already looked at the children, 2 to 3 years. Then we went to the 4 to 5 years. And then today we are looking at the children who are 6 to 7 years. So we are saying that these children, they should already be able to do what the 2, 3, 4-year-olds can be able to do. Things like bathing themselves, things like, dressing themselves up, tying their shoelaces, and things like that. They should be able to do that. And then now on top of that, we add more responsibility. And now we are saying that the first thing that these children now should be able to do is to mop floors. They should be able to either, use an ordinary rag and bend and mop the house and clean it out, or they can use the other mopper which has a stick. Whichever it is, they should be able to clean the house. And this helps them to learn where to start. Yeah, where do you begin from? And that will help them, even to be able to know how to clean a house and to organize even their own lives. And the next thing that, they need to learn immediately after that is how to organize a room. Because as they will be mopping, they will have to be moving things around. And then immediately after that, then they learn how to put things back in order. They organize a room. And by that, then they learn how to recognize a room that is in a state of disorder and then take the initiative to bring order into a room. It is very bad, for example, to find, children seated in the sitting room, for example, the cups are all over, the tables are dirty, and they are not taking the initiative to bring order into a room like that. But when you give them responsibility, like mopping, wiping tables, and organizing rooms, then with time they learn to recognize the state of disorder and then to also take the initiative to bring order into a room, so that you don't live in a home where everything is thrown everywhere and there is no one who can take the initiative to put things in order. Like even simply just leaving furniture along the path. Yeah, and someone can knock their feet and fall off. Yet no one is actually removing it because no one wants to take the initiative. We need to train our children to note a state of disorder and then be people who take initiative to bring back order to a room. Yeah, and so that even in future they will be able to note when their lives are in a state of disorder, they can be able to recognize it and then they can put effort to bring back order into their very own lives. So that by teaching these responsibilities, we are also teaching other life skills, just silently, but they are also learning that. And then from there, as after they finish cleaning and mopping the house, the next thing is to, of course, empty trashes. And that needs to go into their minds that after you clean up, you need to empty the trashes. That is important, so that even in future, in their own lives, they will be people who, are able to remove the trash out of their lives. Whatever they don't need, they can be able to remove it and take it into the trash can. That is also important, and that is also part of learning the responsibilities. And then from there, let's go to the next part, and that is where they were doing their laundry. They started by washing a handkerchief and their innerwear. Now we add that they should be able to do simple laundry. For example, they should be able to wash their shirt and their short, like their uniform, for example, because that can fit in their hands. You may be able to wash for them their heavy clothing. That may be difficult, but let them start learning to take responsibility over small things like their uniform. They can be able to do that. And that reminds me, by the way, that my husband tells of very stories. He started washing his own clothes and he was responsible from age 6, and sometimes he would even forget. And then, it would get to Sunday evening and he has not washed his uniform. That this time he's washing it. And if it's, a wet season, the shirt fails to dry, and on Monday morning he has to wear it and it is wet and he's going to school. And with time he learned responsibility. He learned that he had to wash his own uniform in time so that he can go to school when he's clean and the uniform is dry. Now, I'm not saying that we do that. I think there is need to keep reminding them and encouraging them to do their laundry, but I'm saying this is the right age for them to begin taking responsibility over their laundry, to begin to realize that that is their own business. And of course, now after they wash their clothes, then the next thing they need to do is to be able to learn how to fold their clothes and put them away in the wardrobe, for example, that they can be able to do so. Again, after they wash, then they should be able to fold their clothes and put them away. And then when it comes to meal preparation, we already said that they should be able to make simple snacks like maybe an egg and assemble a sandwich. Now let them begin to take it to the next level. They should be able, for example, to make a simple salad, whether vegetable salad or even a fruit salad. And then they should be able to begin to learn how to make simple meals, like they can learn how to boil some rice or to make some spaghetti. Those really are very simple, so that they don't have to to remain hungry the whole day in case you have you have to go somewhere. And they can also learn how to make simple stews like the one we make, for example, some fried meat and vegetables. They can be able to begin to do that. And this is even the age when we teach them, like especially children in the villages at this particular age, they are even able to light a jiko, a charcoal burner. And this is a good age to teach them how to do that, so that they can learn, because like a charcoal burner is one of the common sources of fuel, that domestic fuels that we use around here. So they can learn how to do that. And plus, this is also the right age in case you use a gas cooker. This is the right age to train them how to light the gas cooker and the safety precautions. Don't assume they cannot know. They will know, and they will be very good at it because they will be very cautious. For example, a gas burner is fairly safe as long as you don't allow the gas to leak into the room. And if you explain to a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old, they can be able to learn how to do that, to light the burner and light it in the right way and use it to cook even very simple meals. This is the right age to begin to train them. As you begin, you will of course allow them to do it with supervision, but with time you realize they have become good at it, and you can trust them to be able to do that even when you are not there. And explain to them the safety precautions, all the safety precautions that go together with using, for example, a gas burner. And they will learn it. They can be able, they are already school going children, so they can be able to learn as long as you are patient enough to teach them very, very well. And then from there, at this age, they are already in school, either in grade 1 or in grade 2. They are started to do some mathematics in school. So this is the right age again to begin to send them to the shop. If you have a nearby shop, you can begin to send them for matchboxes, for salt, in case it runs out. And now they begin to learn how to count the money and also how much change to expect back. You can also begin to send them to the grocery if you have a nearby grocery for simple things like tomatoes and onions. Let them begin to have that experience and that exposure of that other side of doing shopping, so that eventually as they grow up, they will begin to appreciate the value of money, and they will begin also to learn how to come up with a shopping list, for example. So now those are some of the things that they should be able to do. And then now, lastly, I could highlight that in case you have a small garden, maybe a flower garden or even a vegetable garden, this is a good age for them to begin to participate in weeding the garden. They should be able to help you. You give them a panga or even a garden knife. They should be able to help you with the weeding. They can be able to handle it and do it well, very well. And you begin to understand their interests as they are doing all these things. You begin to understand and realize their areas of interest. If you have pets, you can give them that responsibility. They should be able to take care of the pets, to feed them, and even to give them water. If you have chicken, for example, they can be able to feed the chicken and give them water and pick the eggs, for example, in case you have layers. This is the right age. Children who come even from homes where they have farms, they do a lot of farm work, planting and weeding and all that. And it is well, because they are also learning other skills which are good for life, like farming and so forth. And this is also a good age if you have maybe a small business. Perhaps you have a small shop. This is also, it's also okay to begin to expose them to a little some bit of time when you expose them, so that they begin to learn some skills, some entrepreneurial skills, like especially at age 7 they begin to appreciate the work that you do, and then they also begin to appreciate the value of things and the value of money. So those are just some of the things that we have highlighted here, which these children of ages 6 to 7 should be able to do. In case you missed out on the videos that we shared for age 2 to 3 and 4 to 5, please check the link before the links down here below this video. We will have shared them. Otherwise, I wish you well as you continue training your children. Let us train them responsibility. Someone said that when we teach our children responsibility, we cause them to have their feet firm on the ground for life. So let's continue raising our children and training them the chores that they are supposed to undertake. Otherwise, from me for now, it is bye-bye. God bless you, and thank you very much for watching. Please consider subscribing and liking this video so that many more will be able to benefit. Thank you. God bless you.